I'll come out a little bit. IBM's been pretty involved in TC-Sec, and actually one of my colleagues in research now co-chairs the Trusted Computing Initiative. It's impacted our roadmap significantly, and you'll find basically any laptop or server you buy from IBM will have a secure cryptographic processor for key storage. And the reason for that is it's called the Trusted Platform Module. The reason for that is you truly today you cannot trust software. You've got to assume you've got no integrity when your software boots up, and so you've got to. The way that the Trusted Platform modules basically work is when you power up your computer, there's a cryptographic checksum of your kernel. If it matches, you can boot. If not, well, you can decide what to do, but maybe in a high integrity situation, you don't want it to boot. The challenge is, and I love TPMs. I think TPMs are very important. It's the least used pieces of computer security hardware in the world. I think most new computers have them, and no one uses them, and it's unfortunate. We've got to. I think we have to mandate the use of those. And some of the newest attacks we're seeing, especially attacks that leverage virtualization-aware hardware, are just absolutely straight from science fiction. And one of them that depends on this TC-Sec hardware or to remediate is one of my favorite new attacks to talk about, called the blue pill attack, and it's taken from the movie The Matrix, right? You take the blue pill, you stay in the virtual environment. You take the red pill, you get out of the virtual environment. Well, this new type of attack, basically what it does is if you're running on a virtualization-aware VT processor, which probably anybody's bought a laptop in the last year is, the malcode actually installs its own hypervisor on your computer, and you then run in a virtual machine without even knowing it. And so there's no security software because your computer is clean. You're simply running in someone else's virtual environment without you knowing it. And these types of attacks, I think, will drive these new hardware mandated requirements because there is no software that can solve that problem. It can't be solved in software. It's got to be a hardware problem. So I hope we'll see stuff like IBM's got a cryptographic processor called Secure Blue. It's a great product, but hopefully we'll see TPM start getting turned on in support of TC-Sec.
Again, we come back to investment on research.
This has been a marvelous high-level discussion of the information security challenges. I'd like to bring it down to sort of the InfoSec 1.0 level with kind of a man-on-the-street question. On my home office computer, I'm using the security tools provided by Comcast. I don't want to be infecting computers all over the world. I mean, am I protected, or do I need to do something more than that? What more do I need to do to be protected?
I'll let you take that one. You can take that one.
Yeah, so we don't want you to get a ticket for getting infected, but I don't know what Comcast offers, but the kind of seatbelts and airbags for a PC today are two pieces. One is firewall, that's the seatbelt, and your AV is your airbags, and pretty much the AV and anti-spyware technologies have merged today, in my opinion, so I don't think you really need both. But you have to have a firewall that's configured, and you have to have AV that's up to date. And one of the biggest things we see is a false sense of security. People buy a PC, every new PC has AV software on there. It's interesting, actually, the AV vendors pay to put their software on your computer because they want you to subscribe to the updates. But people don't turn on the subscription, and so they're running old AV software. If we're seeing thousands of new viruses a day, if you're not inoculated for today's threat, you're out of luck. So, yeah, I think seatbelt and airbag is firewall and AV.
Okay.
And that would be product agnostic. Whatever is best for
right.
irrespective of the vendor.
Right. All right. Well, I think we've had a pretty phenomenal get-go here, a starting point, if you will. Let us return, if you will, for a minute, and thank the two panelists very much for sharing with us what you did today. And I want to return to what I said in the beginning. So what are you going to do? All right. Well, here's kind of what I'm proposing. A pledge, which I'll talk about in a minute. Follow-on silo meetings. I believe the academic environment is a great place to have those. There's evidence to indicate that we can have those, and we can discover information that is portable and shareable, and then from that do some cross-silo comparisons. And perhaps within a year, maybe we can reconvene with what we've discovered, with lots of new partners joining us, guiding us, helping us. But what's this pledge thing? Well, Paul said it. You've got to make a personal commitment. And it's going to start happening when we make personal commitments. And that also represents personal commitments on behalf of your companies. So if you go out, and people here today, in your folders, there's a form. And it's like church. If you really believe in this, you're going to pledge. And the pledge is simple. It's, I want to get involved. And if we get enough groundswell that says, I want to get involved, and here's the sector I'm interested in, then maybe we can start looking at bringing some of those silo meetings together and make good on some of those pledges. Wouldn't it be nice if some of the current candidates for the highest office were to send some pledges in over the next week? That would be thrilling indeed. So that's the follow-on that we offer. I can tell you that we are networked with many of our other academic colleagues. We have the beginnings here of something that can happen. And we're not off running wild. We will do this with the government. We want the government involvement. Many of us have belief that they have some capability. They will respond. They can respond. But maybe they need some help. And that's all we're asking. So with that said, we'll conclude our session. We thank you all for attending both here and cybernetically. And those of the press that wish to have follow-on questions or comments with any individuals here today, please meet us in the far left-hand corner. And thank you all very much for your interest in this.